Hey guys, we get questions on the site about the golf grip, and I wanted to start a thread to highlight some commonalities of a good golf grip, or I should say a functional golf grip. There are certain things that poor players tend to do with their grip that I find are pretty common that you don't see in great players. So one thing that really stands out is that poor players tend to have the grip more in their palm of their left hand, of their lead hand. So this would be more what the palm would be looking like. Okay, better players tend to have the grip more into their fingers and with the heel pad on top. The heel pad is this part of your lead hand here, and it just kind of sits right on top of the grip. Okay, another way to look at this, I'm going to have a picture of this on the thread, is it's called the anatomical stuff box. It's just kind of this little indentation that's just above the wrist joint right there, and if I was to drive a nail through that stuff box, I'd want that nail coming out the center of the grip. So a lot of poor players would have it, you know, if you have it in the palm, they're going to have that nail coming out of the side of the grip here. So that's the difference in the grips there. With the right hand, we want the first pad of this trigger finger just to sit on the aft side of the shaft. Now what do I mean by the aft side? Well, aft side is just the side of the shaft. This would be sitting on top, and this would be sitting on, again I'm going to have some pictures illustrating this, but I just wanted to talk it out. So it would be sitting on the side here, and then again it's in the fingers. So those are kind of two big things I tend to see with players that have quote-unquote bad grips. There's many variations. You know, Jim Furyk does a double overlap. There's guys that are interlock it. There's guys that do 10 fingers, and a lot of that's preference. Same thing with some guys tend to go a little bit stronger. Some guys tend to go a little bit weaker. Basically, a thing I tend to use is if you're going to shake somebody's hand, just using your lead hand, and you're turning it about 30-35 degrees. That's kind of how you set it on the grip. Again, it doesn't have to be a specific number. It's just kind of a general guideline here. So again, I'm going to shake somebody's hand. For me, left-handed, I'm going to turn it about 35 degrees, and that's how I'm going to set it on the grip. And then again, the right hand, I kind of just fit that pad, my trigger finger on the side, and that's about how I grip it. One variation I like that you might not tend to see a lot is what's called the long left thumb. So some players don't want any space between their thumb and their palm. I tend to like to see that left thumb stretched out a bit, like here. And what you notice is if I was to go with a short left thumb where it's kind of pinched in like that, I can't hinge my left wrist very much. That's about as far as I can go. Now if I was to stretch my left thumb kind of down the grip here, looking like that, you can see how much more range of motion I have. Okay, so guys that maybe tend to start to lose the angle too soon, the grip could be contributed to part of it. Mostly it's probably a sequencing issue with the pivot, but stuff like the grip can start to contribute to what's going on with loading the club and then retaining the leverage on the downswing. Okay, so if you found this video on YouTube, there's going to be a link to a thread on the Sand Trap website. Please check it out, like the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel.